Alright out there, guys, it is Wednesday and I just picked up the truck from Bear Frame and Wheel. They did the what are we at here? They did the lower control arm bushings. So I've got they tried calling me at work, but I told them I don't have phone service at work, so they went and fixed it anyway. They did the repair. But see the new bushings, these are just factory bushings. I think these are Moogs. Lower control arm bushings. But they also had to redo the what do they call these? Camber bolts? I guess a camber kit? Alignment kit or something like that, bolts on this side. That side the bolts were okay, but on this side they said they couldn't get the bolts out. They were frozen up in there, so they had to cut them out. So that was a little extra, yeah, but it's done. It's done. So these are SPC camber kits, or camber bolts, what do they call it? They're the same people that make the upper control arms I have on here. If you can see, yeah, I've got the SPC upper control arms. Yeah, so that takes care of that. I also have, I don't think I made a video of this, but I did upgrade the bump stops to the Timbren. So a Canada company, Timbren bump stops. They're a lot bigger than the factory ones. And then someone was asking about the Rancho, that 9000 XLs. So far I like them better than the Bilsteins. The Bilsteins were kind of stiff on the highway. These seem to ride a lot better. They are adjustable, but it's kind of hard to get in here to adjust them. I mean, because the sway bar is in the way right here. I was trying to explain that to one of you guys. I need a comment about that. And yeah, it takes a little effort to get your hand in there and turn it to the next click. It'll move a little like that, but yeah, so I can't turn it back now. I can't get enough leverage in there. And on the other side, you got the tie rod kind of in the way. So, damn it. So they either need to supply little tools, you can put a little wrench or something, or they got those remote kits for it. I don't know whether it's worth the money or not to be adjusting them all the time. But yeah, that's what's up with that. That's what I find a little, that's why I haven't really messed with these when I've gone out any place, because it's just a pain to get my hand in there with the sway bar in the way. And a lot of you guys like to take the sway bar off. I may do that, I don't know. You know, I did that to the Bronco over here, but it was fine with the factory springs. Well, with the aftermarket springs. Then I went with the really soft Deaver aftermarket springs in the front, and it's way too soft. It's kind of scary going around mountain roads because it just wants to sway. Whoa. Sway way too much without the sway bar on there. So what else was I gonna say? Yeah, so that's done. That cost me a few dollars, but it's good. It drives better. It drives better. You know, driving it every day I didn't notice, but well, you notice it now because it drives different. I was getting a lot of kickback in the steering wheel when you hit bumps, you know. And it's because the sway bar, the bushings were wore out. So now it's a lot better. What I did notice, and what I notice every time I take my truck to this guy's shop, when they do alignment on it, is that they always max out the front tires with, you know, air pressure. These are 8-ply tires, so the maximum PSI is 50 PSI. So I noticed that right away. As soon as I drive away, it rides hard as a rock, and I'm like, bet they messed with the air pressure again. Yep, sure enough. These are load range, what, D's or E's? Shoot, I can't remember. Yeah, load range D. They're like an 8-ply tire. Load range D. 50 PSI at 3,000 pounds of a load. This truck don't even come close to that. So I just aired them down right now. Should ride a lot smoother now. This is a light vehicle. It really doesn't need load range D or E tires on it. Yeah, so I think the Bronco weighs more than this Tacoma, and that's only got load range C's on it. 35 PSI maximum. So that's up with that. Don't know what I'm gonna do with the Bronco. It's a problem. Okay, so while I'm out here messing around with my air pressures, I figure I mess around with the shocks too and readjust them, and then take it for a little ride, right? We got a couple of dips around here, not just little, little dips in the road. You can hit kind of hard. So I thought I'd take it for a little spin, check it out, and hit that dip, and what the heck is that? Something's loose. My first impression is something's loose on this truck. So anyway, I got the shock set at 5, but I really wasn't too concerned about that. I was like more concerned about what's making that noise. Something's got to be loose. So I just spent the last few minutes here checking everything back out. And let me show you. This is quite common on Tacomas, from what I hear from other Tacoma owners, is that the sway bar is hitting against the strut now. Why is it hitting now? It wasn't hitting before. I have no idea. Let's see. This is autofocus working, but yeah. Yeah, I can't get my finger in there. Doggone it. Yeah, isn't that nice? Now this side is worse than what's the driver's side? That side is worse than the passenger side. This one has a little gap in it, but still. So hopefully that's all it is. I've been going to this guy's shop for years, and every now and then he'll leave something loose. But apparently that's all it is. I hope. Yeah, gotta check these things out yourself these days at any shop you go to. You never know. Yeah, so the solution to that is they make some brackets for the sway bar, or you can just take the sway bar off. Maybe I'll take the sway bar off, I don't know. It's not going to happen today, that's for sure. Oh, hey. Had it zoomed in. Yeah, I'll just drive the Bronco again tomorrow. Dang it, I'm going to sneeze. So here's a little word about taking your truck in to have it serviced by somebody. Make sure they know what they're doing. Even the reliable shops sometimes leave things loose, But every now and then, like the tire shop I went to, they had some new guy balancing my wheels, my tires and wheels, and I'm watching him. I'm watching him. You know, I used to work in a tire shop. I know a little bit about mounting and balancing tires, and put my tire on the balancer, and the tire's doing this thing, and I'm standing back there. You know, I'm like, something's not right. So I had to stop him. I go, hey, dude, because he spins it on the balancer, and then he starts putting weights on it. I go, hey, hold on here, dude. Did you even check that tire? Look at it. It's not even turning right. Something's not right. It's not true. It's not spinning true, you know? He's like, oh, what? I go, look at it. Either the tire's bad, the rim's bent, or you're not, or you don't got that tire mounted properly on the machine. So at this time, that's when one of the other workers came over, one of the more experienced guys, said, oh man, yeah, you don't got that on there right. So he straightened them out and fixed it, but stuff like that happens. I mean, a good tire shop should, or a good balancer, a guy working the balancing machine, ought to spin that tire by hand before he even runs it on the machine. Spin it by hand and make sure that tire is round and the wheels are straight. It shouldn't shake, it shouldn't go up and down, you know. But this guy had no idea what he was doing. And if it wasn't for, you know, if I wasn't standing there, it would have been disaster. I mean, I've had that happen on the Bronco before. Same place, by the way. Yeah. They balanced the wheels. I had to take them back. I told them, you know what? One of these wheels on the Bronco is not balanced right. It's out of balance, or something's wrong here. I told them, don't balance them. I told them, check the balance. Take the tires off, put them on the balancer, and check them out. You guys just did this the other day. Oh, okay. Puts them on there, sure enough. One of the wheels, the weights were in the wrong position. He had the right amount of weights, the right amount of weights, but they were in the wrong position. If you know what I mean. Like a clock, you know, he had the weights at 9 o'clock when they should have been at 6 o'clock. So, hey, I always check these guys.